for it. I started doing these trips, and I've been doing them for years, for decades now. And I always kept a journal of every trip, and so I was able to go back. I said, someday when I'm old, like when I'm in my 70s, I'll be able to pull out these journals and sit back in my rocking chair and say, man, isn't this cool, man? You went here, you went there, you did this and did that. I never meant it to be a book because it was kind of a personal thing for me. So here I am in my 70s. I don't have a rocking chair. And I'm still cranking out these journals instead of sitting back and reading them. And, I love it. I'm just as excited today about my next trip as I was 40 years ago when I was taking trips back then. And so I'm living a dream. People used to say, you should write a book. And I was, oh, well, maybe someday. But finally, when I started taking out some of these journals and thinking about some of the trips that I did, I said, yeah, I'll do that. And so I actually sat down, put it together, and writing the book was fantastic. I really enjoyed it because I could relive all these trips that I took, and I had all this detail from the journals, and I kept all the maps, I kept all the correspondence, I kept everything, and I could put the whole trip together. It was a fantastic experience. And I said to myself, even if nothing happens with this book, I'm glad I wrote it because it was such a joy to write it instead of waiting till I got into a rocking chair and was just reading the journals. So I picked out the 9 trips where I had something to write about. There were a lot of trips where I had something to write about, but I picked out the 9 chapters because I wanted a couple of things. I wanted geographical diversity. I wanted to pick trips from around the world. I wanted to pick trips where I was alone, as well as some trips where I was with a friend. I wanted to pick trips that were really difficult versus some that weren't so difficult. I wanted to pick trips that were scary, whereas other ones were kind of joyous and fun to do. And so I wanted to have that kind of mixture of different types of trips. And I wanted to put them in chronological order because it shows how backpacking changed over the years, shows how I changed over the years. And, it was just a story that I wanted to tell. And that's how I decided to do it.